All right, everyone. I guess Stephen King decided to call it quits on his Twitter boycott. He probably realized that there's nobody on Blue Sky or Threads, and so he promptly slinked back to to Twitter, and he promptly, link the description, archived of course, began complaining. Now, if I don't like a site and I don't like the person who owns it, I generally don't use it. It's just like I like new tech. I'm in personal communication with multiple new tech CEOs and stuff, and I like them. They safeguard my free speech. I also don't mind YouTube, for example. While it's censorious compared to what it used to be, and while I don't agree with that, I don't really have a huge problem with the site. And of course, in that particular case, that's, the largest audience chunk as well. But I don't use Facebook. Why don't I use Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg is a generation two and a half failed synth experiment. The site is heavily censorious, has been heavily censorious, sells my user data if I use it, so I never actually use Facebook anymore. I haven't in years. Actually, I don't even have the login to my original account because it's tied to my UVM email and it got logged out and there's no way to recover it because there's no phone associated with the account either. Or if there is, I wouldn't even give a shit because I don't want to use the site. I don't go to the site and then complain about how the site is run and gobble up other people's useful time by complaining about something which I need not associate myself with. It's sort of like saying, oh my God, this bank is so terrible. Do you have an account there? No. Well, what the fuck is the problem? Or you join the bank and then you complain about it. And it's like, well, there's 10 other banks in the city. You could always switch your bank. It's possible to do so. It's freedom of association. Stephen King is a massively wealthy author. He's been in movies. He's written a shit ton of books. He's probably sold hundreds of millions of copies of his books, by the way. He's a rich bitch. And so to hear him rambling about Elon Musk and how terrible he is on the platform owned by Elon Musk is pretty funny. Hearing him ramble about Donald Trump when no economic policy that Trump could possibly spawn is going to harm him in any meaningful manner economically is pretty funny. Stephen King is a vapid hypocrite. Talented author, but a vapid hypocrite. You should read The Stand and the Long Walk. The Long Walk was the best one of the short stories. He did those earlier on, and spoiler alerts, by the way, so you can skip the rest of the video if you don't want a synopsis. The Long Walk is about like this dude, and he's part of a contest. And the idea is that these people have to walk at a certain pace until there's only one person left, and it's televised and commercialized and stuff like that. And really, really funny. It's also fairly realistic. Like you could imagine some sort of thing like that. You probably wouldn't walk people until they literally die, or shoot them if they stop walking too fast. Fast enough. But a really good story. And the best longer novel is The Stand. So I'll give Stephen King credit where credit's due, other than the fact that he bitched about Stanley Kubrick actually outshining him with The Shining. He was a little sour grapes about that, and that's exactly the reason why. It isn't because he transmogrified the story, it's because the movie was better than the book, which is very, very rare to actually happen, by the way. But giving credit where credit's due doesn't mean that somebody, ideologically speaking, is sane. I've said this before about many other people. Another famous example, Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox is the lead singer of the Eurythmics. Absolutely love the Eurythmics. Favorite band as a kid, still love them now. Superb. I mean, not just Sweet Dreams. Hell, Sweet Dreams didn't deserve to be their number one song. But Annie Lennox is extremely woke. She's a trans inclusionary third, well, now I guess fourth wave feminist with extreme liberal values. She would be considered, she'd probably be to the left of Bernie Sanders, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean I don't like the music. It's the same thing with Stephen King. I'll give him credit where credit is due, but I'm not going to support his ideology. I think that he's being a coward right now and goes back onto the platform to just ramble about Elon Musk. Okay, you're on Elon Musk's platform. Everything that you're posting is making him money. What the fuck is your problem? What's wrong with you? It doesn't make any sense. Vote with your feet. If you don't like a platform, do what you did initially and simply leave the platform. But the thing is, Twitter is good. It's addictive for a reason. It's also very helpful for anyone that makes any form of content. That's why Stephen King returned to it. Because he knows nobody's going to listen to his shit on Blue Sky. Nobody's going to listen to his shit on Threads. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody uses these sites. They're graveyards more than anything else. They've devolved into echo chambers already with all sorts of other weird shit on them, mainly spam and scams. Many such cases. Twitter does not have any significant competitors other than Gab, and I don't think that Stephen King is going to be using Gab. And that's the long and short of it is that he should get a Gab account. That would be absolutely hysterical. He can complain there, and people will troll him promptly. He doesn't want to be criticized. That's the whole problem. That's about all. Peace out.